This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Rasheen Chizzy Patterson named a person of interest in death of influencer Slickiana. The police have named Rasheen Chizzy Patterson as a person of interest in the death of social media influencer Anika Slickiana Townsend. Patterson is from Prospect District in Hanover, the police said in a statement released on Twitter on Saturday afternoon. Investigators believe Patterson can assist them in advancing the probe into Townsend's death, it said. The man has been given until 5 p.m. this evening to report to the Freeport police station in Montego Bay, St. James. Meanwhile, the police said a motor vehicle was seized during a series of operations conducted in a neighboring parish. They gave no further information. The body of the 35-year-old was fished from the sea in Reading, St. James on Friday and positively identified by her mother on Saturday. The businesswoman, who was also known as Keon, lived on Waterloo Road in St. Andrew. Reports are that about 9:30 a.m. on Friday, persons went to the beach and discovered the partially decomposing body floating in the water. They summoned the police. The Marine Police removed the body from the water. A towel covered in what appeared to have been blood and a wig were among items removed from the scene. Schoolboys among 4 charged in Portmore robbery. 2 15-year-old boys are among 4 persons charged with the robbery of a couple in Portmore, St. Catherine earlier this month. The names of the boys cannot be disclosed because they are minors. The other 2 persons are 22-year-old Janelle Harry Lewin and Kyle British Morrison, 19. All 4 were charged on Saturday with robbery with aggravation. Reports are that about 9:20 p.m. on October 15, the couple was walking along the Brayton Main Road in the municipality when they were allegedly attacked by the knife-wielding robbers. The men reportedly took cash, cellular phones, and other items before escaping in a motor vehicle. The police were contacted and the vehicle was intercepted along Dawkins Drive in Portmore. The quartet was taken into custody. They are to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on November 8. Police continue probe of incident in which a school principal was chopped. The St. Elizabeth police are continuing their investigation into an incident on the compound of the retirement primary school in Magotty, in which the principal was chopped by a man said to be of unsound mind. It's reported that sometime after 2 o'clock, the man visited the school to make a complaint to the principal about being teased by some students. It's alleged that this led to an altercation between the two. The man, who later surrendered to the police, filed a report that he was attacked by the principal with a machete, and during the incident, both of them were hurt. The man reportedly had swellings on his shoulder and back. The principal was chopped in her head and upper body. She was taken to the hospital for treatment. More deep rural communities to get internet access. Approximately 1,500 households in rural communities are set to gain access to the internet through a partnership between the Ministry of Technology and the telecommunications company Flow. The service will be provided under the JUMP initiative, which aims to provide more affordable and faster broadband packages for members of the public. In the eyes of technology, Minister Darrell Vaz, the private-public partnership, set to get underway in 6 months, is a game-changer. Special emphasis will be placed on students benefiting under the Program of Advancement through Health and Education to ensure they gain access to the internet to do their lessons. The ministry is also looking to collaborate with Flow to execute the National Broadband Initiative by 2026. This will establish high-speed internet access across the island. Parliamentary committee split on how to deal with unlicensed teachers. Controversy is developing over the level of fairness in procedure which should be given to teachers accused of practicing without a license. This comes from the concern being raised about certain provisions in the Jamaica Teaching Council Bill, now before a joint select committee of Parliament. Under the proposed law, all teachers will acquire a license to teach or will face criminal penalties. The committee is split in its opinion over the procedure which should be adopted when a person is accused of teaching without this license even if it is expired. The proposed law sets out a procedure which government Senator Cavan Gale found too uncertain and limited.
In the first instance, there's a warning that you have within 45 days to go get your act together, but you still continue to teach. Failure up to the 45 days, then there's another warning that would suggest that you are now liable on summary conviction in the parish court to be a fine of not exceeding $300,000. But that's another warning now, I want to ensure that the person stop teaching.
However, opposition Senator Lambert Brown, who appeared via video conference, issued a caution to the committee about the procedural fairness for those persons who face a criminal prosecution. Mr. Brown argued that if a teacher is accused of not having a license, this would only be an allegation, which means the teacher may be able to challenge the claim.
The reality is that at this point, it's an allegation. The teacher may be challenging the allegation.
It's not an allegation. Your license is either up to date or you have a license or you have a license.
I listen to you. I hope you're going to pay me that courtesy of listening to me. It's an allegation. Somebody said you have no license.
Member Brown, the council would know. The council keeps track of the dates.
It's still an allegation from the council. There may be a defense provided for the person. I don't know. But it can't be for us to be trying to try the matter here at this level in the legislation. It is going to go to the court. Let the court decide.
Solicitor General Marlene Aldred, who also appeared via conference, agreed that more caution is needed once a teacher is facing a criminal charge.
There's an absence of natural justice principles. I didn't hear that coming out. So I had suggested that the head of the institution could have been involved. But when that happens, it means that there must be natural justice principles that will apply. And I've not heard that in the discussion. And that's a requirement under the law.
To cease teaching?
Because everybody is still presumed innocent until proven guilty.
You don't have the license.
Offense. Yes, so why are you taking me out of the classroom? What would you do? Is it that you're going to issue me a notice? Those are the things that you would need to put in legislation.
Jamaica has a huge export problem, says Hill. Senator Aubin Hill, Jamaica's Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, has stressed that the country needs to export significantly more in order to narrow its massive trade gap. Senator Hill told the Senate on Friday Jamaica needs to increase its exports or it will remain poor. Contributing to the State of the Nation debate yesterday in the Senate, he quoted data from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, which show that for the period January to June, Jamaica imported more than US $3.75 billion worth of goods and exported only US $801 million. This, he said, was extremely worrying for Jamaica and needs urgent attention. Senator Hill also stressed that despite the wide trade gap and the challenging economic times, Jamaica has been recognized for its fiscal performance.
One item, fossil fuel, cost us $2 billion about in 2021. Now that dwarfs the mere $1.441 billion that we export. So you can see we're in trouble. Mr. President, we need to export a lot more in order to begin to close that deficit. In this half year to June, the statin numbers tell us that we imported $3.752 billion and we exported a mere $801 million. We can't survive that way. Mr. President, we need to export a lot more or remain poor. A recent publication by an international cable news service and a big American bank, it found that among emerging markets nations, Jamaica is rated the highest among the Caribbean partners in terms of current additional risk premium the market would seek to attach for holding different countries' bonds. There are 39 countries in this emerging market chart. There are 9 countries ahead of Jamaica in this risk assessment of risk in this period. 4 of them are oil-producing countries from the Arabian Gulf, and only Israel, South Korea, China, Philippines, and Indonesia are ahead of us. None from the Caribbean, none from Latin America. No matter what you call them, no matter how them tell you them good, Jamaica is ahead of all of them.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.